The devotional music of Sufi, inspired by the works of poets like Rumi, has been performed in an unlikely setting in Istanbul. The Grand Bazaar, which is usually packed with shoppers, was instead filled with music lovers this weekend. Elif Bereketli went along for a listen.
It's not just another day at Istanbul's famous Grand Bazaar. The shops may be closed, as they always are on Sundays, while chairs fill the hallways instead of hundreds of thousands of shoppers who visit the bazaar every other day of the week. One of the oldest covered markets in the world, Grand Bazaar is not normally known as a music venue, but today the situation is a bit different. This centuries-old market, housing more than 3,000 shops, is holding a Sufi music gig by Simdi Ensemble. It was formed 4 years ago by a group which wanted to do something more personal in Sufi music.
The core group is 6, and then it allows for as many guest artists as we want. And we have the traditional Turkish instruments such as the oud, the classical kemençe, the ney, which is a huge symbol in Sufi music. So all these things came together. We try to stay away from the idea of fusion. It's crossroads. It's more crossroads, I think, you know. Fusion really means you blend together. I don't think you can completely blend things, and they would lose their own identity if you blend them too much. It's more like at a crossroads, you meet and you have a dialogue there.
The Simdi Ensemble's first album, Eternal Love, relies more on words than anything else, following in the ancient tradition of Turkish Sufi music.
We sing Sufi hymns. They're a form of religious music. Musically, they seem very simple, but they're heavy with meaning because of their lyrics, which are Sufi poems and words. Words matter more than anything in these hymns.
Çok derin sözleridir.
Şimdi means now in the Turkish language, and that's the performance philosophy of living in the here and now.
It's about being anchored in the moment. So much of modern day is about thinking, you know, about the next step. We're just running from one point to another, from one worry to another, to the point that we forget where we are. And without knowing where you are, you don't have a future. And the past is not valuable either. So just to bring our attention to the present moment.
Guest artist Michel Godard's been performing sacred music for decades, but never on such a large scale in Sufi music or using wind instrument, the serpent.
So I was always fascinated by this music, and I wanted to understand as much as I can of the rules of this music, or how does it work, or you know, and this is very difficult when you are French. The serpent was born in France, actually, in the end of 16th century, and the instrument was really made to play together with the singers in the church, you know, like for the Gregorian chant. And for centuries, it was the only instrument playing with the voices. So you see the bridge with Sufi music.
The Grand Bazaar has always been a melting pot for diverse cultures, from centuries ago, during the early days of the multinational, multi-religious Ottoman Empire, up until today, where it's one of the busiest hubs in the Turkish metropolis.
Bize festival önerdi.
The Istanbul Music Festival asked us to give a concert here. We were very excited, because here it's very important for Istanbul's history, even for the wider region. People from all walks of life have been frequenting this market for centuries. How valuable is that?
And it's no surprise the Simdi Ensemble performed the first concert ever to be held in the centuries-old bazaar as they both share the same characteristics of being at a crossroads of culture. Elif Bereketli, TRT World, Istanbul.